What's going on, people? I hope you're doing good. Just a little notice before we get into the video. There's going to be no green screen for a few videos because that's why. You can't see me arm, lads. That's why. So yeah, there's going to be no green screen for a bit, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Once I get this bloody thing off, the green screen shall be back. But anyway, Shelby Oates is directed by Chris the Stuckmanizer Stuckmann, and it stars Camille Sullivan. And in Stuckmann's first feature film, a woman's obsessive search for her missing sister leads her into a terrifying mystery at the hands of an unknown evil. I was very excited for Shelby Oates because I am a massive fan of Chris Stuckmann. Not really with his most recent videos. He's recently moved into film appreciation over film criticism, which I understand his reasonings for it. At the end of the day, you can't really be bashing other people's work when you're trying to get into the industry. So I get his thinking, but still, I kind of miss the old videos. But still, he is a revolutionary YouTuber. If it wasn't for him and maybe someone like Jeremy Johns, who knows what film criticism on YouTube would be like today. But even if this movie did turn bad, I'd still be quite happy for him because at the end of the day, he's achieved his dream. He wanted to be a director. He wanted his films to be playing on the big screen. And he's finally getting to do that. So I was very excited to see this movie. I saw it the day before Halloween with my friends, and it was such a great experience. We were the only people in the screening. It was about 10:30 at night. We got out, it was pitch black, it was very spooky. And added on to that, I'm very happy to say that I thoroughly enjoyed Shelby Oates. Now, I don't think this movie is great. It's not revolutionising horror or anything. But I do think for the most part, Chris Stuckmann did talk the talk and he did walk the walk. I was mainly very impressed with the style of this movie. It's part found footage, part investigative thriller. And I really liked this film when it was going into the fan footage parts of it, because it was very, very creepy. It's obvious that Chris Stuckmann was taking inspiration from films like Lake Mungo and Blair Witch Project. In fact, he said Lake Mungo was a huge inspiration for the movie. And you can definitely see that, because there's many times when you're introduced to a little thing in the corner of the screen, you keep looking out for things. And surprisingly, there are quite a few jump scares in here, which I didn't really expect, because I know Stuckmann is very critical of jump scares, so maybe you'd be a bit scared to try and go into them. But there are quite a few of them, and I think for the most part, other than a couple, they were really, really effective and they didn't drain the tension. And I think the film overall is shot really, really well. The budget for this was like $1.3 million. And this movie feels like it was like $10 million. Because this movie looks absolutely crisp, clean, especially when it's outside of the fan footage elements as well. It's shot really, really well. Other than a few clunky pieces of CGI, which I can let off because of the budget, I think this movie looked really, really nice. And I think the story overall was really, really effective. I do have a few issues with it, which I will get into in a minute. But I think overall with the setup and the questions and the things that happen, it was very, very engaging. And I was really, really excited to see the answers. And then the answers came. And I didn't really like them that much. Now, I don't really hate the ending to this movie. In fact, I think the ending is very effective. And I do think it fit the messages and the themes of this movie. But the build-up to that ending in the third act wasn't that great. And there's a few reasons why. One is because I just thought it was very anticlimactic. And it just didn't really do anything impactful for me. And the second thing is that there are many questionable character decisions. There's some decisions that are just plain stupid. But there's other decisions that just don't really make that much sense. I don't want to get into spoilers, but there's a thing that they find. And one person's like, oh, let's take it home. Why are you taking it home after what you've just seen happen to it? There's obviously going to be something wrong with it. And then there's another character who reacts to it so differently as to what she reacts to it like at the end of the movie. So it just doesn't really make sense. So I wasn't a big fan of the third act of this movie. It felt like it just needed a few more rewrites, just so it could be that little bit more impactful. But other than that ending, I did still really enjoy the story of this movie, especially with the messages and the themes that it goes into. One of the main things that it really delves into is how society reacts to a tragedy. In fact, the main character says all throughout the movie, she finds this bit of evidence. She knows that if the police finds this evidence, they're just going to close the case. And then her sister will never be found. So it really just hit into those things. And I think overall with the ending, I think especially with the themes of trauma, and how it's passed along through generations. It was done really, really well. And finally, I think the acting overall was really, really strong. Camille Sullivan is basically in every scene in this movie, and she knocks it out of the park. She really put all her effort into this movie, and she pulled off a really, really strong performance. And the actors who were in the fan footage segments of this movie were really, really good as well. They made those moments feel very, very realistic. They feel like they were actually shot, and things that would actually be used as core evidence. So in conclusion, I had a really, really good time with Shelby Oaks. It's nothing great. It does fumble in the last act a lot, and there are a few moments which can be a little bit cheesy, mainly with the jump scares. But overall, for a first feature, I've seen a lot worse. It's clear Stuckmann knows how to direct a movie. He has talent, so I'm very, very excited to see what he does next. This was a very solid first film, and he can build on his mistakes, try and improve to make a really, really great movie. So I had a good time with Shelby Oaks, and I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And people, that is the end of this review. Just before I conclude the video, I just want to give you all a little announcement. Me and my football team are taking part in the charity Movember. If you don't know what that is, it's a charity for men's mental health, men's health like prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and suicide prevention. It's a great charity. We have to shave off our beards at the start of November, which, as you can see, I've already done. And we're just trying to raise a bit of money for the charity. Every time someone donates £50, we have to do a forfeit to a challenge on the radio or in real life. It's a lot of fun. It's a great charity, and any money that you can donate to it will help massively. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this review. Let me know your thoughts on Shelby Oats. Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a good day, and see you later.